Okay, effort number 2 out of 26. Actually, this is like the third time I've tried to do number 2 and didn't like the others. But this is going to go onto YouTube. However bad this is, it has to go on. I have to get used to looking uncomfortable. My hair's a mess. I'm wearing my messy t-shirts. My finger's still crap. My throat is kind of playing up because I've eaten something I shouldn't have. But I need to get used to practicing in front of a camera, getting it out there. So back to my goal of improving my 2024 and onwards. It's been a slow slog so far. Did a Teams meeting call yesterday. Wasn't really happy with my performance. Very nervy, very coffee, which I do get when I get overly nervous or have eaten the wrong thing. But that's part of the process. I've got to surrender to that. I've got to get used to that. So now I need to actually have my goals properly laid out. The thing about goal setting, I've never really liked goal setting because that's commitment. And I've been a commitment phobe for years. I'll go into that another time, I'm sure. But ultimately, I've kind of avoided things I should have done many times. But this time, I need to really kick on. You know, I know a lot of YouTube is all about messaging for millennials or Gen Xers. But, you know, Gen Zers, us Gen Xers, however, still have aspirations, still have goals, still have needs, still have opportunities to better ourselves. So that's what this is about. And again, I'm doing this even though I know that this is not going to be optimal. I should be editing it and slicing it together. Nah, not this time. So, my message today. Well, I guess, yeah. So, beginning of the year, I work in financial services. There's plenty of talk about a recession and a stock market crash and all that jazz. They will happen. Guaranteed they will happen. When? No idea. Absolutely no idea. And that's the whole point. Stock market crashes are natural in terms of cycles. You know, it could be another 5 years before a crash, but it will happen. Recession, the same. It's a simple purge of the system, where there's too much demand for certain things, too much inflation will get the central banks raising rates, which are basically cause jobs to be lost, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to even go into it. But the reality is these things will happen. Now, the point that I kind of want to put across here, and in line with really what I'm trying to get across for this whole year, is to control the controllable. I don't know when the next recession is going to be. I don't know when the next stock market crash is going to be. I can't control that. What I can control is my attitude to all of this, my upskilling, how I try to improve my capabilities in the case that my job does disappear, my financial well-being. So that means putting aside money to prepare myself for any eventuality. And no doubt you've seen lots of YouTubes about emergency funds and so on. But that's really what this is about. It's about controlling the controllable. It's about controlling a lot of it, your internal dynamic, as opposed to the external reality. The external realities are as they are very often. Not in your control. They're in the control of your boss, the economy, the government, blah, 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 blah. What you can control is how much time you spend on yourself in terms of your physical well-being, your mental well-being, your relationships, your skills, your happiness, etc., etc. So rather than me focusing on the stock market crash that will happen, and I know we should have strategies on how to apply that, and maybe I'll talk about that in another YouTube. Rather than think of it in that way, or think about how to keep myself in a job. Well, actually, do keep myself in a job, but rather than worry about what's happening in my industry in terms of my job, just do what you can do about yourself. Don't leave yourself open to be a victim of circumstance. I know plenty of people are in situations where they don't have easy opportunities, let's put it that way. Whether it's societal issues, cultural issues, environmental issues, make it harder for them to move up to the next step. And I get that. I've been in that situation. But again, what you control, what you can control. I'm not saying about having toxic positivity. I'm saying having a healthy attitude towards life. And that means trying to take control of it. So hopefully in the next few days, week or so on, I will put together my goals for the year. I mean, I know the general path of my goals. I know I want to improve my finances. I know I want to improve my side hustle possibilities. I know I want to improve my health. I know I want to improve my relationships. I know I want to ensure that I'm as good as I can be in my current role, but also make myself potentially better for a future role, etc., etc. And I need to define exactly how I want to play these ideas. This YouTube channel is, I guess it's one of those things where I want to challenge myself in a different way. As I said before, and as I'm doing now, I don't do cameras, but I know that practicing like this will help me in more Zoom call situations, in more presentation situations, and just basically it's fun and it's different. And hopefully I'll look back at this in December and think, oh, why is my hair so bad? Or why have I still got that t-shirt or something rubbish like that? I don't know. So, yeah, I think I'm going to end this rambling now because I know I need to practice more. I know I need to keep pushing. Yeah, before I start talking absolute nonsense, I'm going to end here. But the message is really, there will be a recession. There will be a stock market crash. We don't know when. Just prepare yourself for all eventualities. Control the controllable. Make yourself as anti-fragile as possible. And yeah, keep it real. Laters.